Okay, I've got the rig rails and the camera crane synced to my other box. So we've got our working camera crane here on our main box. I've got my second machine that we can see here on TeamViewer. So we're moving this, and it's not moving on our other machine in our multi-user session. So what we want to do is go to here. We want to hit rebroadcast. And if you want to make sure that you're broadcasting, if you go up here to source and you go up to message bus, you'll see this live link rebroadcast. Now we want to go onto our second machine here in the multi-user. And we go here under message bus, you'll see it show up. Now, if you're on your local network, you should pretty reliably see this show up. If you're working over a VPN, what you might have to do is in your switchboard settings, and I'll write this out as well so it's not kind of buried in a random video. What you want to do is you might have to go set these extra static endpoints and change your unicast endpoint, right? So if you go here, the unicast endpoint by default is 0. So you can just change it to like 931 or whatever. And then in each of your editor boxes, what you'll want to do is you want to take so this is editor 1, editor 2. You want to take in your extra static endpoints, you want to take editor 2 and put it into editor 1. And then the IP of editor 2 into editor 1. And this is if you want to be able to send back and forth. If you just want to be able to send one way, then you only have to do one of them, right? So like in this case, we're just sending to the other box. We would just take editor, this is editor 1, and this is editor 2. We would just take editor 1's IP and set that as an extra static endpoint, and then colon whatever the unicast endpoint is. I know that's confusing, but when in doubt, just take the other box's IP, colon whatever the unicast endpoint is. And this way, for me, I can get this to work over a VPN as well as my local network if I set the extra unicast endpoints. Anyways, so on the second box, we went to message bus source and we just clicked on live link and we have it here. So now we're moving our rig rail and and since we did all the math in our basic role, it's going to land in the exact same position. You see how both editor boxes aren't quite in sync? Now, TeamViewer is delaying it. They're actually more in sync than this, but it doesn't matter. You see that they're landing in the exact same position. If you look at the grid here, you see that they're landing in the exact same position, even though they're not running at the same tick rate. Where if you were to do the math in the crane itself, it's probably going to land at a different position, but not how we did it, because we are sending that through live link because we're awesome. And there you go. That's how to set up a Xbox controller to control a Russian arm or a camera crane using the live link protocol, and then also having it work over a multi-user setup.